My nose is one of the things I breathe through. He's over there dying, laughing. You okay?
My nose is one of the things.
I was told by my doctor it's one of the main breathing sources.
Tell you that you breathe through your nose. You already knew that.
I'm a slow kid, my guy.
I'm about to throw up. Welcome back to Shed Talk, where we've got a lot of good topics to talk about. It's not pyramids this time for conspiracy theory, so I can't use that little thing. We got our good friend Owen Elkins here, cage fighter legend. You know, he'll also do a really good job at mowing your lawn.
You can't beat the guy that mows my lawn.
Yeah.
He does it fairly cheap.
Well, he does too.
$60.
He's
2
not.
acres.
He doesn't have a big 2 acres. You ain't got no 2 acres, son. There ain't no way. Anyway,
Mows, weed eats, and sprays.
Oh yeah, I can't beat that. I can't beat it.
so
And he contacts me when it's time to mow my lawn.
oh gosh, we're not in a shed right now, obviously, but hopefully it's looking a little better for you guys and sounding pretty good. Anyway, to start out, let's do our conspiracy theory of the day.
I think Colby has one this week.
Well, let me pull this back up. So, it might be a conspiracy theory. It might not be. We'll go with it. So I was watching I wasn't watching the Met Gala because I don't have time to watch that. But I was seeing a lot of things on Facebook talk about the way they were dressing, and they're like, well, what if we, like, where we're at right now and the way they were dressing, that we're in the Hunger Games, that America is the capital because of the Met Gala, and the outer countries are the districts.
So I heard you talking about this whenever we were talking about topics. The Hunger Games actually does take place in America, and the districts are in the United States.
But that's just a movie. He's talking about what if it was
I'm
real
talking
life.
about in real life.
Well, I think that. Never mind. Y'all don't know what I think. I'll let y'all talk.
Well, no, I mean that was a conspiracy theory. I mean, like, because we have a bunch of a war going on in these other countries and these low income countries as well.
So you're tying the war into what's going on at the Met Gala, so
Yeah.
they're the ones controlling everything.
Exactly. Now we got the UK/peacekeepers that are wanting to go to these other areas. Like, I don't know if they're coming over here. I've just seen a bunch of hype on TikTok and Facebook about it. I don't know if they're actually going to. It may just be people trying to make other people afraid. But they call them peacekeepers, and that also makes me think of, obviously, Hunger Games.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Think about, on this topic, if in the Hunger Games movies and books, if you did something the government didn't want you to do, they would kill you, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Now, think about in real life. If you really do something, you go missing.
Yeah. No, so I was watching this thing by an unnamed person. I'm not going to talk about his name. But he was saying, imagine you run a business, right?
Yeah.
And there's somebody who works for your business and is talking bad about you, talking about all your secrets, talking about how bad your business is. What would you do?
Fire.
You'd fire him. Okay. So now let's say you're in control of a country. You have all the money you ever want. And now all you're wanting is power from somebody or a group of people. You want to be in control of people. Let's say same thing's happening and you're in control of them. What would you do then? Well, you could kill them, you could imprison them, you could kick them out of the country. Well, let's go bigger. Let's say you're part of a group that's in charge of the entire world. What would you do then?
I don't know. I'd rather rather not say. I don't want to be a part of the people that go
Yes. So, anyway,
I'd frame them
More
for having
steering
an
towards
island.
that.
yeah, yeah. And then, have y'all played Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey? I know you haven't, right? You have?
I
You
have.
have? You have?
All the way
So,
Yeah, I
you
have.
know the Cult of Cosmos. It's supposed to be like the Templars, but it is 110% the Illuminati. And they play parts between Athens and Sparta. And I feel like that's what the Illuminati's doing today. Anyway, we should probably talk about something else before we all.
The foreshadowing in video games to real life. Like,
So I'm glad you brought up Assassin's Creed.
Oh, turn just in case. Oh, he's getting these.
Um,
There's waves.
my favorite Assassin's Creed is Black Flag.
I can agree with that.
They have these games I just found out about. It's model ship wars. Like you build a model ship that's 4 foot, could be bigger depending on the ship, and it depends on what era you want to do. You can do the 1800s and have like wooden ships with sails and everything, and they're obviously motorized because they're model ships. You're not going to actually catch a wind and get to where you want to go. But they actually go out there with live cannons on them and blow each other up for fun.
That's pretty cool.
I want to do this so bad, but they said it's one of the most expensive hobbies because you spend weeks and weeks building a model
Yeah.
and spend thousands of dollars building it just to blow it up.
Same thing.
Where do they
Lodad.
do this at? Like,
I'm not sure where they're doing it, but it looked like a park, but with a pond, because there was like a bridge going over the pond and there's people on the bridge. I don't see how that's safe because they were completely blowing these ships apart. And obviously they're tiny cannons with tiny loads
oh,
and
yeah.
not full-size cannons, but they even have them up to like World War II ships, like battleships and stuff, and it has all the working cannons and guns on them, and they shoot each other and try to sink it. And they have submarines, and so you can use any era of ships.
My battleship.
It's,
Yeah.
it's pretty much like the aquatic version of like the robot fighting
Yeah,
championships and
it's
all
the-
that.
yes,
like make the little
exactly.
RC robot type deal and have
But
to
they're doing
take
it
out.
they're doing it with boats now. I want to do that so bad now,
I would.
and I have a pond to do it in.
Hey, I got an idea for a video.
If we can do that, that would be great.
Can we be on the ship when it happens?
No, they're too small.
I don't think you'd want to be on the ship.
Yeah, no, I
take
don't wanna
take a
get
little
blown
ball
up.
to the shin or something, you know, like
Yeah.
with a little bit of gunpowder mixed in with that.
It'd be alright. Just walk it off. Put some duct tape on it. You know?
It'll buff
A little bit of dirt.
the gift.
Put some dirt on it.
So,
The
the other day we were at the flea market.
Listen. Hey,
Yeah, just hand it to him.
pay attention.
Yeah. Anyway, so the other day we were at the flea market.
You're welcome. I found those.
Bailey did find it, and she brought me to the flea market and said, "Hey, Stephen would love this, but I got it for you." So technically it's for me. Anyway,
Is
you
it
should open
breakable
that. See.
before I.
Kinda, but like it's not glass. It's like
You have to work really, really hard to break it.
I've seen these. I've wanted one of these. But it's funny, 'cause I haven't told anyone about seeing these and wanting one. That thing is so cool. I've seen people make these.
is that in the camera? Okay, cool.
So I think they're 3D printed,
Yeah, it is 3D printed.
but they lock together to where it stays in a thing.
Stay. Show it to me.
Yeah. So it's a little dragon. That is so cool. And you can set them on your shoulder. And they just kind of sit there.
That's pretty cool.
I'm leaving that there. No. I'm going to put it on the table. God, that is cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Also from
I don't know how you guys knew I wanted one of these.
was Bailey's idea.
I saw them. I thought of you.
I've literally been thinking about these and wondering where to buy them. I thought about getting Alex to print one out for me, but it's super complicated and he's always doing something. So he has time to print parts for his possible. But he doesn't have time to print anything else.
Cannons.
Maybe we could 3D print a ship.
Dude, that would be so cool.
It'd be a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
It'd take a long time though.
It would.
It'd take a long
But I
time.
mean, it'd print by itself.
Oh yeah, it would. But those prints take forever. Like I bet you that took hours and hours to print that itself.
I mean, maybe.
They have more of them also, Steven.
This
Yeah,
is,
they have
this is like
more.
the perfect one to set the right colors.
Yeah, I told you colors. I said that it would match the color of your bedroom because you know you had to.
That's
change
what I
your
was just thinking.
PlayStation.
So I just had to recover my PlayStation, my PS5, because my wife did not like the cover I had on it because it didn't match our bedroom. I should have brought you the shell. I was looking at it, and I didn't think about it. I'll get it to you today. But yeah, so now my PlayStation is red. So our
And your-
bedroom is red
and
and
your
black.
dragon matches it. They had this die tower I was telling Colby about, or dice tower, that was 3D printed at the same flea market next to that actually, and it had like 2 dragon heads that like were wrapped around each other and did that,
That's awesome.
and then you could put it down either head. So that was pretty cool. I was about to get it. It was $25. That one was $40. So that was $40. But the if you want to go get the dice tower, it was $25.
Where's this flea market at?
The treasure chest. Yeah, it's next to Max.
I don't wonder what we do with this.
He's
There's so many
mesmerized by it.
Yeah.
These
He's
are cool.
mesmerized by
Mesmerized.
it.
You want attention?
Like,
Play with my dragon.
I don't even want to mess with him no more. Play with my dragon.
Been watching a lot of movies lately, and a lot of them are single movies. What single movie out there would you like to have as a trilogy? Like if you had to pick one movie, and it's only one movie, but you would want to see a trilogy out of it.
I think I got one. Real Steel.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Like that would be a great trilogy movie, especially the fact that it left off with the kid pretty much taking over and like doing everything on his own, you know, like
Mhm.
he could just continue that family thing, take over the boxing gym, all that stuff like that. So
Aren't they coming out with like a second one?
it's rumored to be coming out. Nobody really knows, but that was like one of my favorite movies. Like, I think they should really come out with a couple more. They can go a long way with it.
Just put it like
I liked that movie when it came out because obviously I like Hugh Jackman, but I thought it was pretty cool that they had a boxing movie with robots. It reminded me of Rocky.
No,
Like you had your underdog and him going up against the big dog, pretty much the plot line of all the Rocky movies, but it was because it was a robot movie. I thought that was quite interesting how they portrayed all of that. And so if they could come out with that second one that is rumored, that'd be great.
quick. Noisy
My-
Boy.
Noisy Boy?
Noisy Boy was my favorite bot. And
Oh,
actually,
okay.
I remember when we were in elementary, we would pretend to be all these bots, and he kept calling Noisy Boy. And I was like, that's not fair, man. I want to be Noisy Boy. Anyway, you can go.
So my answer to the single movie that I'd like to be a trilogy would be the same answer Keanu Reeves gave as Constantine. I love the Constantine movie, and he was asked in an interview one day, what movie have you been in that you wish had a sequel that hasn't been asked to have a sequel yet, that you would absolutely do 100% of the time, any day of the week? And he said Constantine. I was like, yes, I love Constantine. So that was my answer.
I think I know yours already, but let's see if we have the. I'm gonna tell him, and if it's the right one, then he
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
It's probably not.
can- Okay.
The title's a lot longer than that. What I'm curious to see what yours is, because I might change my answer.
So, I want to see a trilogy of a video game that we play. There's not really a movie out for it, but there's a genre for it, the Star Wars franchise. I would prefer the director who directed Clone Wars to direct it.
Are you talking about having Revan?
Yeah, I want Keanu Reeves as Revan.
So, the real quick, my wife's sitting back there, my beautiful, lovely wife. She said Purple Hearts, which I could see.
Purple Hearts, yeah,
Purple
that's
Hearts
a
is
good one.
good. Jacob Bogard.
Yeah, that's right. I see you in movies all the time, Jacob. I'm a
Anyway.
big fan. I want an autograph.
Darth Revan. So the producer, I believe it was for that new Twins one that came out. I believe it was that one was talking about wanting to do one for Darth Revan.
Yeah, well,
You would want to see it done by somebody else. Me too.
yeah.
Anyway,
Preferably the people who, did Clone Wars, Mandalorian, and all those good shows.
yeah, all the good ones. I would say mine is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
That's not what I thought.
Just-
I thought he was going to say Baby Driver. Because
that was a good one.
that's a really good movie. And
Yeah, they should. And I did like the performance between Ansel Elgort and whatever her name is.
Yeah. And I know they were supposed to be having a second one, and the guy who plays the Punisher in the newer series was supposed to come back and be
Well,
a villain.
The funny thing was about that show is he's the last scene that he's in that movie. He's like, if you don't see me again, it's because I'm dead. And the idea is you didn't see him again, so he's
Yeah.
dead.
He's dead.
Anyway,
But since we're on shows and all that,
Yeah.
so y'all know Jack Reacher, right?
Yes.
Like the newer Jack Reacher
The newer
with
one, yeah.
Alan, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
But he's advocating to play Batman.
I could see
like,
him as Batman.
He's
There's-
been trying to play him for a while
There's
now.
two people that I would like to play as Batman right now, currently, and he's one of them because he fits the type for a lot of
Caleb?
the guy playing Jack Reacher. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Anyway, no, because to me, he's got the build of a lot of the video games that we play with, like Arkham Knight and stuff like that. But the second one, because of his portrayal of these other characters that he's been playing, his name has left my mouth from Supernatural. Play Soldier Boy. Why can I not think of his name? Y'all watch Supernatural. There's
Yeah,
only
no,
two
I know
male
who you're
actors.
talking about.
Plays
but,
Dean.
Yes. Is it Ackles?
Something Ackles.
You look like you're just stoned right now. You're not.
I have not watched Supernatural. We went over this.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
a
It was on that
previous
first podcast.
Oh
He was
my
like,
gosh.
he's like, I will not watch it.
I've watched a good bit of it, but not all of it. So
I'm
I
looking
said,
his
I
name
said, if you have to watch the one with the Bloody Mary episode, and he was like, I will not watch it because if I watch it, it'll be from season 1, episode 1.
Yeah.
up. Well, because of the fact we're talking about
Jansen.
Jensen.
Jensen
That's why I
Ackles.
couldn't pronounce. I can't pronounce that name. Jensen Ackles. I can't even pronounce it.
And Sam is Jared.
Yeah. So I want to see Jensen. It sounds so weird saying his name like that. That's
I
right,
wanna-
Jensen.
I wanna see
I like your
Jensen.
name. Anyway, what?
I said I want to see Jensen.
I do too. Like,
I was just making fun of you.
I could see him as a darker Batman.
yeah, I could see that.
I hate Batman. I hate Batman. He's the worst superhero ever. He has no powers.
He's not a superhero.
He's rich. That's his power.
He's
rich.
a vigilante.
He's
not,
Elon
not
Musk
even a vigilante.
with
he's,
weapons.
He's
Pretty
like
much,
that
yeah.
scene from Iron Man where he's like a rich playboy philanthropist or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Elon
speaking
Musk.
of Iron Man, I mean,
Billionaire
what
playboy.
power is his other than making the suits? Like, if he wasn't able to
His
make
brain.
what's in his chest,
Batman is stupid.
Batman's like the best detective ever.
No,
And his brains.
Alfred is. Alfred does all the background work. All he does is fight.
He does do
Alfred?
Alfred.
No, not that.
Batman's a ninja. He went to ninja school.
He went to ninja school.
Alfred. So
Hey.
your dad is Batman?
You know who taught?
Yes.
You know who taught Batman to be a ninja?
Who?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah. Yeah.
What's that guy from Kill Bill? He plays Bill. What's his name?
Bill.
Bill.
No, his real name.
The guy that plays what plays Qui-Gon Jinn and Ra's al
Oh,
Ra's
it's,
al Ghul.
will find you.
Yeah.
And I will kill
I can't
you.
remember his name.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. He that video of him like doing the little dance. Dude, every time I see that, I'm like, man, that's Qui-Gon Jinn.
That's right. That's my Star Wars. No, I'm kidding.
It's
David Carradine.
David Carradine is his name. Looks so much like you guys' dad. Alright, I'm watching it. He does. Oh crap.
You know who looks like my dad?
John Travolta.
John Travolta. We've said this many of years,
Yeah.
many of times.
We
He
got
looks
an-
like John Travolta.
We got an approval on John Travolta.
If you look at John Travolta's younger photos and my dad's younger photos, they look like twins.
I don't think I've ever seen a younger photo of your dad. Like,
You will see one eventually. That's all over.
I just always figured it was you.
You
You
see
know,
my
like
profile
y'all
picture?
look so much alike.
Remember my profile picture from TikTok? Where I had like the glasses and the curly hair.
I think so.
I don't know if I spelled it.
That was our dad.
All right.
He's like, all right then.
I did not realize that.
Well, while he's looking up whatever he's looking up,
I had a picture.
so in our
Not that close.
we
Yeah, so
in our
what-
previous podcast we talked about our hobbies, and since you're new,
podcast, we've talked about some hobbies.
since you're new to this one, tell us about your hobbies, what you like to do, and tell us about just about yourself, because we've already done this in our first one.
You putting me on the spot like that.
Okay, I'll ask you
But-
questions then. So I know one of your hobbies is fighting, right?
Yeah.
So tell us what you like about fighting.
I just really the camaraderie of it's what kind of brought me into it. I mean, I got into it at a young age, at like 15, and just been training ever since. Like, I'm 20 now, so it's been some years. I've been in the gym with all the same guys over the years, and I can now pretty much call them my family, you know. So I like that aspect of it, and also like, you know, punching people in the face. I mean, it's pretty fun.
I mean, that's why a lot of people like.
Oh yeah. I mean,
He's got family.
oh yeah, it's a Vin Diesel reference right there.
Dude, we were watching Fast and Furious last night. I must have heard, "I've got family" like 8 times.
That's all they say now. Like that's the
Right.
that's the
So-
whole point of the movie now. It's just family.
So I've realized I am almost the real life Vin Diesel. I drive a Dodge, I'm bald, and I'm dating Latina.
all right.
I am Vin Diesel,
Vin Diesel on a power wagon.
but I'm
I
yeah.
believe it's Latina, right?
It is.
No, my bad, Latina.
He's
Yeah,
dating
Latina.
a man.
A man, it's man.
There you go.
No, it's a female, but
It's a
I'm-
it's she's an it now.
look, I can't keep up.
But anyway, you knew what I was talking about because you've done jujitsu and all that.
Yeah,
and been in
yeah.
the
I
gym
started
for a
out
long
with
time.
Japanese jiu-jitsu, and a lot of people don't know what Japanese jiu-jitsu is, or they only know like the bad gyms that aren't like from Okinawa. The one that I trained was in Okinawa, but a lot of it translates into the grappling and BJJ. Every time that I say like, apparently we're supposed to be drinking the energy drinks or the water, because I say like a lot. Anyway,
We're talking about getting apple cider vinegar,
apple cider vinegar.
and then like
On our
anytime-
next one, in 2 podcasts
anytime he
after
says
this one,
like, it's
'cause
just like
we're going to
like.
drink apple cider
I won't do it.
because I
What
say
about
like a
orange
lot.
I'll drink lemon juice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up I started out with boxing actually. My family is a long line of Japanese jiu-jitsu, which I've said in a previous podcast, but I started boxing and then I went into Japanese jiu-jitsu and then I went to judo and then a bunch of other stuff, and I learned some smaller forms through people who studied other arts while at a gym. I would just be working on the bag, and other people from other arts who maybe went in a war overseas would come over and they'd say, "Oh, you do martial arts?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "What do you do?" And I would tell them like, "Well, I do Taekwondo or I do Muay Thai," and I'm like, "Okay, well, can you teach me some?" Because I'm always interested in learning other arts, because the great Bruce Lee. So, that's pretty much my life of martial arts. The only competitive I've ever done was like, I think one competition before COVID, and then after that, I had to work like nonstop, and COVID
yeah.
shut a lot of that down.
COVID messed everything up.
And it was
Everything.
it was a learning experience one for me because I didn't understand how competitions work.
Mhm.
Because I'm used to, in training, you're training for survival. Like with Japanese jiu-jitsu or the boxing, and then they do like the dojo style. Yeah. I like the way you sip that, boy. I mean, sir. Anyway.
I've got a lot of
sips to
take. I've been saying like a lot.
But, they so throwing me off right now. Like, but, yeah. What's a filler word that's not like?
Why?
Why?
Yeah, also.
If you go watch, I watched this
Also-
video from like these kids in the 80s or 90s, 80s, something. I don't know. They said why a lot.
Really?
Yeah, if you notice kids these days, they say like a lot. You know,
Yeah.
like you like.
Or like we heard earlier
Or
today.
they would just be like, why? Why? I don't know what I would do.
I actually
you know?
wrote
Why?
it down on a note to your wife because somebody else today was saying like a lot, and I was like, that sounds like me.
Yeah.
I'm not
Poor
going to say
kid.
where or why because I don't want to embarrass anybody.
Poor kid. No, he was doing a great job. Like,
He was. So that's what I enjoy the fighting world, and one day I hope to get back into competitive like grappling. I don't want to get into UFC. I'm missing something here.
MMA.
Dude. I said like again? Why? Well, why? What happened? Why was why? YWR square. No, I'm kidding.
So you wouldn't want to go like into a cage or anything?
Well, why?
I tried to get him to say it again. It didn't work.
I'm on my game right now. Why? No, not right now.
Now, Caleb.
I gotta pee now.
There you go.
No, I'll watch you do it, but if I'm going to get in an actual fight, the rules, I don't know. Like again, I don't know how the rules are with those things, and I would feel my respiratory would not like that because of my respiratory issues. My nose is one of the things I breathe through. He's over there dying laughing. You okay?
My nose is one of the things.
I was told by my doctor it's one of the main
Doctor
breathing
had to tell
sources.
you that you breathe through your nose. You already knew that.
I'm a slow kid, my guy.
I'm about to throw up.
No, I have respiratory problems. And if that ever gets swollen, it'll be harder for me to breathe. That's what he said. Now, I could probably compete in a cage fight, but let's be honest, my face is already ugly. We don't want to make it uglier. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, you can just go with what I go with. I mean, it's already ugly, so might as well just keep on going, keep on swinging.
I would have a new nickname in the cage, and it'd be Toothless.
Toothless.
All my teeth would get knocked out.
That's why you wear a mouth guard.
If that protects your teeth from falling out from getting punched so hard in the face,
It's supposed to help. Keeps them in place.
It helps.
Oh, it helps?
Yeah, it
You
helps.
don't have to wear a mouth guard, but it helps.
I mean, like after you get out, though. I mean,
That's
either
like-
way, getting punched in the face, that mouthpiece will rub up against some gums, and it's gonna bust your gums and
that's
all
like
that anyway.
when I played
so.
soccer wearing a cup. It's supposed to help. It actually hurt worse when I got kicked there playing soccer with a cup rather than without a cup, in my
I
opinion.
mean, it hurt, but the damage wasn't as bad.
Yeah, I don't care about the damage. I care about the pain.
So, since you were asking him about himself, why don't we talk about what our biggest fear is?
Oh. Well, who wants to go first?
I know mine off bat.
I have a new one, so I'll go last.
See, I've always like, I really don't like heights. Heights are terrible. I hate
Heights?
going. Yes.
Oh, I hate
I'm
heights, too.
scared of falling. That's the whole problem. Like once I'm secure and I'm up in a high place, I'm not really that bad. Like a watchtower or something like that, I
Yeah.
can stand up there. But if you get me up to where I don't feel like I'm safe, yeah, I'm freaking out. I'm not
Yeah,
staying
I'm
up
afraid
there.
of heights too, and that's funny because I'm supposed to be this firefighter stunt guy, but
Yeah, I was about to say a stunt man.
yeah, I am afraid of heights. But I've unlocked this new fear. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why I have it. Never had it before. I have had mild claustrophobia, like in my opinion, but just riding in the bed of a vehicle, I felt like I wasn't going to be able to get out because the bed cover was on it. And all I had to do was just like unlock the bed cover and fold it for fresh air. But I just started freaking out. I don't know what happened. Like I was like, pull over, pull over, pull over, pull over. Let me out, let me out, let me out. And I've never had that issue before.
So
We used to
can I-
ride in the bed of the truck all the time.
Can I ask why you were in a truck bed with a bed? Were you
See-
getting kidnapped? And you started freaking
It's
out
not a
like
kidnap
somebody
if I'm not a
grabbed you?
kid.
Somebody grabbed him from Walmart.
Nobody
His
would.
back-
No, nobody would think it's a kidnapping. But be honest, they probably think
You
it's a
went
part
with
of some
it,
role
yeah.
play thing.
The doctor said.
The doctor said.
The doctor said one of the places you have to breathe through is your nose, and you were like, ah. So like the doctor like put you in the bed of his truck and like drove
like,
off with
It's
you.
like that monster movie. Bob was like, "Oh no, Doc, I can't breathe. I forgot how to
I
breathe."
can't feel my nose right now. I'm touching. I can't feel it. That reminds me of somebody else we know.
So Caleb, what's your biggest fear?
Okay, my biggest fear has got to be wasps. 110%.
Yes.
Oh man, I bet that was loud. That was loud. Anyway, I got something about to. I've been eating these Mike and Ice. Anyway, so I did get that new lawnmower the other day. You said you have a Toro. Okay, so I got a Toro because he got a Toro, right? And that thing is a mean red
Yeah,
grass cutting machine, right? And so I was mowing my lawn, and for some reason, the previous owners of my house have these logs lining the driveway and the flower beds, and so I'm at this point I'm sick and tired of mowing around these things. I'm about to just throw them in the burn pile, and so I go to pick up this log. I flip it over, and there's this wasp nest this big with like 10 wasps on them. And I think it took them a moment to notice what was going on too, just as long as it took me to realize what was going on. And they started.
You're
And,
almost scared.
Yeah, yeah. And I booked it across the yard. There were some people. There's a golf course in our backyard, so there's like these random people in our backyard watching me scream and cry across this bald, this grown bald man running, screaming, crying across his backyard. Anyway,
I could picture the scene now. This old man, he's got his little water hose, that's spraying a little bitty water out. He's just staring into the abyss. And he sees this bald kid run across his yard, going,
So it's
freaking
really,
out.
It's really like it's deathly afraid of them, or like can you
He
be
is
kind of near
deathly
them and like
he is
spray
no.
'em,
Don't let him lie to you. He is deathly afraid of them because he has called me to his house to kill these things.
Oh come on now! You can get some
hey,
spray.
that was when we lived in West Monroe. No, let me tell you. So like, vinyl siding. Have you ever had a problem with wasp and vinyl siding?
Yes. Yes.
This is so goofy. We're gonna have 4 mics eventually, I promise you. And then he won't be able to breathe out his nose. Where's he gonna breathe in? Dr. Colby? Anyway,
Sir Owen.
so there's like this entire wasp nest filled up in the vinyl siding of the trailer house we were living in. And anytime I walked by, they would come out this hole on next to the roof and just like sting me. And I was kind of tired of it. But anyway, they also would seep into our bathroom. So it'd be like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to get ready for work. I walk in there to take my morning leak, and oh, there's like 3 wasps right there. So we did call Colby like 2 hours from home to come kill the wasp. Yeah, we were living in West Monroe at the time. So.
So my biggest fear is spiders. I hate spiders.
Oh, I have a story about that when you get done.
I'll get my wife to kill spiders. I hate them. And I just found out there's some that kind of fly. They're called the Joro spiders. they look like banana spiders.
And they're venomous.
Yeah. So
Are we just out here making new insects? And
I
all
pulled
that?
a
Like, what's
picture.
going on?
they are a little bit smaller than a banana spider. If you've ever seen the banana spiders, they're pretty big.
These things are massive.
They look
I've seen them.
very, very close to them.
How do they fly?
So they make a parachute out of their webs, and they use it to float in the wind. We live in Louisiana. They are in Mississippi right now. They're
no.
not far.
Oh no.
No. I don't know.
Another thing
I don't
to
know
deal
who
with
out
while
there
fishing. Like,
is giving these spiders some kind of super serum and turning them into these smart, intelligent things, like these movies about gorillas and what's that movie you like?
Bailey just said that they have 4-inch legs, by the way.
It's bigger than
Like I
me.
said, they're like the banana spiders. They're just a little bit smaller.
The apes that talk in the movies. They take over
Tarzan?
the world. No, they take over the world.
Planet of the
Planet
Apes.
of the Apes.
Look, there's one. I don't know what spider it is, so I'm probably gonna sound ignorant talking about it. Don't know what it is, but I don't know what it's called. But when it bites you, it releases a certain like venom into your bloodstream that attracts other spiders.
Negative.
To like to
Negative.
that spot, and like all the other spiders are trying to come and bite you too because it's already been
Oh no.
pretty much like you've been targeted by a bunch of spiders.
That's kind of how I think wasps do that too.
They might. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I don't like wasps.
No.
Yeah, he's just making
I
excuses
don't
for
like,
his
I don't like
fear.
spiders. I don't like spiders. And to speak on the fact that I don't like spiders, I work at the station, but they didn't call an exterminator out until after I left. So there's the day room was full of spiders. I don't know if they're like wood spiders or they look like brown recluse, but they're not brown recluse. I don't. We have them in our yards right now, in our backyards that go into the house. I don't know the names of them.
Was it wolf spiders?
Wolf,
Yeah,
I-
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
that's what
wolf
it is.
spiders.
But
That
the wolf
works.
spiders are big.
This one's like. Anyway, so basically, I walk into the station. Hey, I didn't say it. I said so basically. So basically, I walk into the station, and I see 2 spiders. I kill them. I don't like spiders. I sit down. I'm watching some TV. I'm doing some paperwork. I took my boots off. We get a call. I go to put my boots on. There's one crawling up my boot. I throw it across the room and scream like a little girl. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to be running to the truck. I'm running from the truck because that's where my boot went. Anyway, eventually I picked up my boot, killed the spider, went on. Came back, saw another spider, killed it. Later on, I grabbed something on my bag. There was a spider on my back. I'm freaking out. I'm surrounded by spiders. They're like coming after me. I don't know why. So I killed it. Huh?
I'd have gone home.
I was half tempted to. I was so paranoid. There wasn't a lot of hours left in my shift, so I was just going to sleep in the recliner, go home the next day.
No. Recliner side spiders.
I'm aware because when I slept in the recliner and I got a call, I had my beard and I was starting to scratch because I was itching.
Oh,
and when I
God.
did, I felt like a cold thing right here, and I threw it to the ground. It sounded like putty hitting the ground. It went pop. Then it took off running, and I was like, oh, there was a spider in my beard. I was like curled up into a ball in the side of the truck. I was taking off my shirt, looking at my partner, saying, "Do you see a spider on me?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm hitting the floor with my shirt. I do not like spiders. There's 2 things on this earth that I do not like and I'm deathly afraid of. Oh, I say deathly afraid of. I will never go around. I'll give them the respect of their area. They give me the respect of my area. I don't like snakes and I don't like spiders.
So
Don't do
you've
it.
heard the fact of people eat between 4 or 5 spiders a year or whatever.
When they're sleeping.
Yeah.
How many do you almost eat? How many get into your mouth and then get back out?
Don't say it like that.
That makes it worse.
Dude, this man right here, when we were kids, he's not anymore, but when we were kids, I was a mean brother.
Don't rat me out, man.
I was a mean brother. He was like 3, maybe 2. And I told him that roaches crawl in your ears and your mouth and they like make babies and they come out of you, kind of like the Predator movie. again, he was like 2 or 3, and I was a mean brother. He
Gave him
was
nightmares.
deathly afraid of roaches until he realized that was like I was just being a bully, and
He found that out when he was 12, by the way.
You see, you think this is funny.
That's a lot of lines.
You think this is funny, and you're laughing and all, right? So you remember Brady? It was in high school. I was probably like 11th grade, junior in high school, and it's 1 a.m. I don't know why I'm up this late. I'm taking a shower, and I get out the shower, and there's a roach right above the door to go out, and I'm like, I do not want to get anywhere underneath that roach. It's gonna fly down. It's gonna attack me. So I FaceTime Brady at 1 a.m. I wake this man up, and he's like, "What do you want?" You know, and he stays on FaceTime with me for 2 hours while I'm building up the courage to do something to this roach on a school night. So I grab the shower head. Eventually, after 2 hours, I spray it off of the ceiling. There's water all over the bathroom, and then I go take a shoe and I just crunch it. Now, since then, I have since not been afraid of roaches for about another. It reset. Now I've gone 3 hours without being afraid of roaches. I'm glad you brought this up because earlier I was in the bathroom, doing my business in the bathroom, and I look over, and there's this roach, this big, laying up on its back like it's dying. I could see it twitching, and it turns its head and it looks at me, and I'm like, no way, man, no way. So I like ease past it like I'm baby stepping next to it, you know, and it's like following me with its head and it's twitching.
It sounds like it's a line or something.
Yeah.
Like having to ease around it. And like,
And I jump out of the bathroom. I run to the bedroom. Bailey's laying in bed, and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "There's a roach in the bathroom. It's a big one." And she's like, "Well, did you kill it?" I was like, not yet." And then later, I actually went back
It
and
might have wanted you to put it out its misery. That's
I know.
why it was looking at you.
I did. And then I picked it up with the dustpan and threw it in the toilet and flushed it. I was tempted to leave it in the toilet, so when your mom found it, she would open up the toilet and freak out. That'd be funny. But
I think
anyway.
you're the only one with that fear, though. I think you'd freak yourself out trying to go back.
Like, oh, a roach.
Open up. the
Anyway, so number 1 fear is wasp. Number 2 fear is roaches.
Hornets?
Hornets classify as wasp in this situation.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're the
they are
same.
different.
You know what else that
If it has wings, I don't like it.
That isn't a wasp. Dirt daubers.
You shut your mouth.
They won't do nothing to you.
I'm
Like,
actually okay with dirt daubers now.
As long as he knows it's a dirt dauber. If he doesn't know it's a dirt dauber, he freaks out, and I'm like, Caleb, that's a dirt dauber. He's like, oh, okay. Cool.
I know I keep taking the mic. Real quick, we're at about the 45-minute mark. I got a game for us to play. We're going to play 2 truths, 1 lie. Steven, you go first.
I should not go first because I'm not 100% sure how to play this game.
When you go first.
You say 3 statements, 2 of them are true, and 1 of them is a
I'll
lie,
go first.
and they have to guess.
I'll go first.
All
All right,
right.
2 truths and a lie. All right, so there's 3 things about me. I have accidentally pulled what's that movie with that guy from, they do stunts? Is it Bad Grandpa or Dirty Grandpa? Where he dresses up like a
Bad
grandpa?
grandpa.
Huh?
I think it's.
Bad grandpa.
With the
Yeah, I'm
kid,
pretty sure it's bad.
and they
grandpa.
go and make
yeah,
do
bad grandpa.
Bad Grandpa. So I basically Bad Grandpa'd the bathroom to a ambulance station in Louisiana, all over the wall, and the shower. Let's see, another thing. Hey. I was supposed to be born with Down syndrome.
That was me, cuz.
Okay, my bad. What's the other one?
lie. No, I'm just,
What's the other one?
huh?
One was Down syndrome and the other one was what? Alzheimer's? What was the other one?
Autism?
Autism. Well, I came out old looking anyway.
Colby was supposed to have autism.
Yeah.
We're supposed to.
Okay, so now they know that one's the truth. And then I actually was A straight A student.
A lie.
Yeah, that's
Straight A student.
Yeah, that's the lie.
That's the lie.
Definitely. Definitely straight A student.
Man, this game is tougher than I thought it would be. When
Yeah.
you got put on the spot. Maybe I told y'all the whole time we were gonna play two truths and a lie. And so we all had ample opportunity.
I have missed a lot of sleep since then.
I equally have not come up with something to say yet. So,
So we're not going to do it. I'm the only one that's going to do
no,
it.
no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I just gotta think of something. I gotta think of something. But it's gotta be something that's interesting, but that y'all don't already know. But y'all already know everything about me. So this is.
It's kind of like the worst game to play.
Yeah, this really is the worst game. This is like how you get to know somebody, not.
I have mine.
Okay, you go first. Second.
So, I've eaten a guinea pig. I've been to 6 different countries. And I've lit my face on fire.
Eating a guinea pig.
You think that's the lie?
I think that's the lie.
Okay.
I think that eating the guinea pig is a lie.
I mean, just so I can be different. You haven't been to 6 different countries.
I'm pretty sure you've lived in 6 different countries.
I don't know this much about Stephen. Like,
Well, you win.
boom.
Because I've only been to 5.
Oh my God.
Guinea pig, I've had in South America. Absolutely amazing. It is delicious.
People eat guinea pig in other countries, you know. So.
And at a party, I was trying to jump over a small fire, and somebody threw a cup of gasoline on it and lit my face on fire.
I was the only one that was lit on fire voluntarily.
Mine was by accident.
His was accident.
Yours
I
is
was jumping
video.
over a fire while someone was throwing gas on it, and it lit my face on fire.
I thought it was 6 countries, but it was actually 5 because I knew he traveled for his previous job in different countries to help start up.
All right. I guess I'll go. I have
I have to sit this one out.
dirtied my drawers at work with a bunch of people around.
Continue.
I flew off my skateboard at 50 miles an hour and almost died.
Continue.
Let's see. I got to fly in a helicopter before at a fair.
I think you were going faster than 50 miles an hour. So I think that was the lie.
I have to sit this one out because I know the answer.
He's never been in a helicopter. I know you. Yeah, y'all have jobs that deal with that, and like.
Jobs that do it. Oh,
I've
so
flown
you're saying
people
that
out
we
before.
normally dirty our drawers at work?
I mean, if you
I know you dirtied your drawers at work because you were trying to shut a door with your foot. And apparently had to use the bathroom.
You would do.
Yeah.
Something that would happen.
In my
Right.
defense, my dirtying the entire bathroom and the walls and the shower was because I took too much magnesium.
Yeah, and he's over there doing that. So like, I mean, like,
Yeah, I drank like some boba tea I got from that boba trailer
Yeah.
that they used to have right there, and and it didn't sit well in my stomach. And anyway, I came to the fire department and there were these people blocking the bay, so I was gonna go get some cones out and put them out so people would stop blocking the bay. And when I had the cones in my hand, well, how am I supposed to shut the doors to the engine? So I put my foot up there and then I went in my pants. And then the skateboard thing, I was in Montana and flew off my skateboard at 50 miles an hour because it was either that or fall off a canyon.
Which one was the lie?
The helicopter.
We've flown people out, but we've never actually flown ourselves.
You said it was at a fair.
They do have those.
Everyone.
They do have those. They used to have one at the fair by the Coliseum. And you had to pay like $100 or something to literally just go up and sit up there for like a minute or two and come back down. That was it. But no, I didn't do that. My family's broke.
Now, if you would have said airplane, I would have believed it because there was a time when our uncle would fly like our cousins around and our older brother.
Yeah, they didn't take me.
I know you were really young, and I refused to fly. So, your turn, Owen. I might actually not know something about you since we've been about a year or two without constantly hanging out in Camp Livingston and everywhere else.
Yeah, everywhere else.
We should film one of these podcasts at Camp Livingston.
I should.
No, no.
You know
That-
how hard that would be, though?
We would have to get a trailer, put AC in it, and basically,
We don't have to have AC. Actually,
With all the lights you guys have, we could do it in the middle of the night.
true. Well, we'd have a
then
bunch
we
of
would
bugs.
have to have a place to, and there would be a lot of bugs. I was thinking if we do it during the day, we wouldn't have to have lights, and then we could just use our computer for the mics, and then our cameras have batteries.
And I have a generator.
Well, we wouldn't need the generator if we have battery-powered stuff.
You're right. You still thinking of your two truths and a lie?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I think our next one should
I've-
be Would You Rather. Be a lot easier.
I've only
Yeah.
broken one bone. I've never been on an airplane. And shit, I don't even know. It's kind of hard because y'all know everything about me, like legit. I grew up with y'all.
I think the next one's a lie.
I think the next one's a lie too. I would say you probably broken more than one bone considering you've been in fights, but because you did just say you busted your nose the other day.
Yeah, I was trying to throw you off a little bit. I've broken two. Yeah,
Oh, I called it.
yeah.
That's the lie.
Dang.
Y'all were gonna go off the last one. See, I was throwing y'all off.
You
Yeah.
were throwing me
Yeah.
off. You were doing like what he did.
And I
with the
also
five-
couldn't
the
think
5
of
years.
like, couldn't think of another thing to just like throw out there, cause y'all legit know most of everything. All I've been doing since I've like kind of stopped coming around is training, working, and going home. That's it. I don't do anything.
Oh, the life. I miss training, working, and going home.
Nah, that's all I do. That's all I do.
The use.
The use.
What you
But,
normally do. Man.
So, are we closing this one out, or
Yeah, I
we're
think
going
we
to
can
talk
go
about
ahead
something
and
else real
start the
quick?
next one,
Have a pee break because y'all got me laughing so hard. I'm about to wet myself.
All right, thank you guys for watching. We are having one of these a week. I'm actually, the last one is late. It's on my computer right now at 29%. It's been uploading for 2 days. So if somebody knows more about YouTube than I do, please help.
Mr. Beast, can you please help
Yeah,
us?
Mr. Beast, please help us financially and with,
Uploading.
yeah. Anyway, if y'all have any ideas for what to talk about or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment. Like it, please. I love you. And yeah, thank you for coming, Owen.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you in the
We
next
hope you
one.
can make it.
Alrighty. We hope you can make it to the next one in 5 minutes.
Probably can't.
All right, and I'll let Kobe close it out. Well, more than I just did.
Thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe.
A word from our sponsor.